Hey everyone, and welcome back to EZLA episode 9. Wow. Before we begin, please do me a favor, like and subscribe, and enjoy. Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 9 of EZLA. I'm calling it easy like a douche coop, and I'll explain a little bit in a while. But first, introductions are in order. Today with me at my side, I've got the very special Arkansas's purveyor of pints and the girl with their PhD in ralphology, Lindsay. How you doing this morning?
Oh, so good.
Awesome. And we also have this girl right here.
The Queen J.
I am the Ralph Report official fangirl, I think, and Queen J as well. So you guys all know me.
Music maker extraordinaire.
Sometimes that happens. So
fire pink hair today. No
yes,
less.
Thank you for noticing.
Shock of pink.
Yeah, I needed to switch it up. So hence color.
Yay.
Now we have been off for a week, and I apologize for that. Things got a little crazy.
I think it was a year. I love our fans.
It felt
They're
like it.
Where are you?
We did get a lot of people asking questions, and which I was like thankful for, because what if we were gone and nobody was crickets?
That would be bad.
That would be bad. I would feel very sad about that. So yeah, we are back, and we've got so much to cover that it's going to be crazy. But I wanted to talk to you about a couple of articles I read recently that were of interest. And I know you haven't seen these, and Lord, I hope you haven't seen them, because it's like, who reads this stuff? But let me share with you.
I've been reading market and tech news all week. I probably need to catch up on my on my Bravo gossip and all my, what everybody's doing out there on the Instagram.
Oh, well, I don't know if this will necessarily help you in any of those regards, but nonetheless, here we go. So let's talk about just straight in, just go with some recent news. So this was an article I found through UK's Daily Mail, and it's with Jennifer Garner. And this is the headline. Jennifer Garner puts toned legs on display in skin-tight leggings.
She's just wearing a quarantine uniform. That's what we wear every day, right? Like, that's
this is where it's like, I feel like the news people have thought, okay, people are tired of there's a lot of social unrest, there's all these things going on in the news. What could we do that will be the Jay Garn
looking
hot leggings? And that becomes the whole title of this article. And I've got to read this to you because it's so ridiculous that you need to know. You do need to know now.
All right, fine. I'll bite.
Jennifer Garner enjoyed an afternoon of quality time with her dogs. The 48-year-old actress took part wish I could delete this. Took to a park to walk her beloved pooches in Los Angeles on Saturday. Okay, so here's where I start to completely lose it and crack up. She sported her comfortable athleisure uniform of a long sleeve t-shirt and skin tight I should just stop now. Skin tight black ultra core leggings for the outing, showing off her sculpted legs. And it goes on to describe every article of clothing she's wearing, even though she just put on some clothes to take out the dog. She took out the dog. This is basically what it's about. But here's the thing that started to kind of rub me the wrong way, because, okay, first off, she does have toned legs and those look awesome. So put that aside. She looks great. I think she looks hot. Great. But did she put her toned legs on display for us?
No, she's walking her dogs.
She's just doing her thing. Like, leave her alone.
In fact, I know most of our audience skews very male, and they probably don't know about early Real Housewives of New Jersey, Melissa Gorga, like on display, the hit single. But come on, this ain't for you. I'm just walking here.
I'm walking over here, right? And like, there's
goodness.
And I'm almost starting to think like maybe it was a hidden advertisement, because they noticed
for what, Lululemon or something.
Well, they mentioned exactly the brands of everything, which I'm like, did they go in our closet? How do they know that this is?
So it's a paid advertorial.
It didn't say it was. Perhaps? It didn't say it was, but it says Ray-Ban sunglasses, Apple Watch, Aloe Yoga tote bag. How do they know these things?
Angry about it. Irrationally so.
I don't know. But here's the thing. I didn't think it was I don't think it was fair to her. She's just doing her thing. But then I thought I would go searching for other useless stuff, but then was surprised to find that you have also been targeted by the paparazzi. So it's not just Jennifer Garner now. It's EZLA. And I was shocked. It was Daily Mail. They covered it. And this is the article. I don't know if you saw this yet.
They got spies and little birds everywhere, apparently.
You might be a little bit mad to see this.
Of Little Rock.
Oh, my God. Look what they caught. And there is an article that goes with it. The headline is Lindsay taunts us all with her chiseled abs whilst out on a power walk.
I think it's called I Was Taking Out the Trash.
I don't know, Lindsay. It seems like you're on a runway there and you're really beckoning some catcalls.
Well, all the world's a stage, right? What's not a runway?
Look at your choices. You were sexing it up. You weren't taking out the trash.
Apparently me and Jennifer Garner have a similar aesthetic for the quarantine. Like, you can pry my leggings from my cold dead hands. I'm not wearing hard pants or jeans anymore.
That's right. It is that look of I didn't try, but I'm trying.
And truly, Eddie like is a sociopath for wearing jeans to be comfy, right?
There may be a problem with that statement, and Eddie may have a problem with being called a sociopath.
No, Eddie's lovely, but he loves to wear jeans because they're comfy, and I reject the premise that jeans are comfy.
He's got a look. You know, it is the graphic tee and jeans look, and it works for him. Although I don't know what he wears for shoes. And I got to say, when guys wear jeans and flip-flops, I love it. I kind of lose it.
You like an exposed male foot?
Especially if it's a well-pedicured foot.
Dirty feet,
dirty, yeah. I don't know. Maybe that's a me thing. Let me know for the 3 girls that watch this
footage. This is shocking.
You can see it wasn't easy because
this might be EZLA, but getting that footage was not easy.
It wasn't. And I don't even know what's in that bag. I bet you it's just like it's fake. It's made up because
I can tell you it's probably LaCroix and Diet Coke cans. Empty
a few bottles of Bullet and Woodford. Yeah,
a bottle of Bullet bourbon. I know exactly what's in there. That's probably box of Red Volution.
By the way, favorite one. Choose though between Bullet and Woodford. What is your favorite right now?
Woodford.
Okay, I went back. I was going Bullet. I was going. Oh God, I don't think we will get one.
We're gonna have to cut it.
We still haven't. But I've gone back to the Woodford side. I've had too much Bullet now. So anyways, we take this stuff very seriously, but back to you and your paparazzi encounter. I want to read to you what they wrote from the Daily Mail. They said the super fit EZLA co-host was seen out and about this week, enjoying the sunshine and spring weather in a casual athleisure outfit. As she sauntered down the runway to the trash receptacle, she paired the Glad Superflex trash bag in lemon scent with black leggings and coordinating black graphic tee. Feral cats were abuzz about Lindsay as she casually walked with her elegant hair swept back in a loose pony. The infamous Garmy breakout star completed the look with the timeless Coach prescription eyewear and gray, perfect for Saturday flip-flops. It really did a good job of explaining exactly what was going on. And I think that's important.
If nothing, Daily Mail reporters are all about the fashion beat this week. It must be a slow news week.
It is about comforting us with news we don't want. And I do want to eventually call this a segment called Not the News. But I've got another. It's not news. I've got another. Not the news. I don't know if you heard, but January Jones, People Magazine, had reported.
Well, I saw
her. Oh, you saw
it on the gram.
Oh, okay. So this may be something you've already seen before.
I've already seen that.
But for some of the people there at home who have not seen this yet, January Jones posted a topless pic of herself on her Instagram with her high waist trousers because she couldn't find a top.
So hard with all these clothes to pick one.
So this is funny. I just have to read this really quick, but in a photo shared on Instagram Friday, the Mad Men star 43 stood topless in her bathroom, wearing nothing but a white pair of sunglasses and rodarte, pink pants with a heart stitched on them, as she was quoted to say, "Can't find a top to do these trousers justice." So, wink,
I think
wink.
she was like fully accessorized.
She is fully accessorized.
I bet you have the image.
Okay, and here's. I don't know if it'd necessarily be the hot take on this, but with women and men, and where we're finally getting to be gender equal someday, we're on that trajectory towards that goal. Shouldn't women feel comfortable to be topless if they want to?
I don't see why not.
I don't know. In America, we seem to be very top.
We come from a Puritan people and a puritanical ethos of nudity, and the way Europe does nudity on screen versus the way they handle violence. Like, you don't see gun violence and things on those programs over there, but you see out. So like it's on the program. Probably not. You're gonna have to edit me. But like, why should we hide the human body and show like dead people more? Like, I don't know. Like, you're gonna get me on a soapbox.
I've seen advertisements in France that have made me blush, that are just on the normal streets. And because we come from such a different kind of a culture here in America, where women's tops always need to be covered and things like that. So I don't really have a problem with it at all. In fact, I think it is awesome. However, it's kind of funny because we all know it's a joke that she's doing it to get press, basically. It's like, oh, oops, so I can't find a top, which is kind of coy and doesn't need to be, and should just be like, here I am. I got a rockin' body, which she does. So I've got a picture here for those of you who haven't seen it, because I know you're all visual people out there. Here's a picture of her topless in those super cute pink pants. As you can see, she's very comfortable with her body.
I like the eye stock. So you're like, I'm not licensing this. I'm just gonna snip it.
Wait, are you saying this has been doctored in some way?
I think I knew that it looked different when I saw it on Instagram. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, it's okay. Maybe this is a different version I got, because sometimes on Instagram, if you scroll through them, there's different versions. I want those pants
so bad. I want those
pants make everyone look good. So I think we all need those pink pants, no matter what you got rocking.
I need those pants. But I've already got my January hair. I guess I'm like,
you need the glasses
and inspired by
and a little bit of the chest hair, and you're on your way. So that's just the tip of the iceberg, Lindsay, because we've got so much to cover today.
Okay, let's get into it.
I know. Well, we've got phone calls. We have your sports talk. It's back. I'm excited to hear that, because I clearly don't know what's going on in sports. We've got the Ralph Report rewind. Rewind. We have a song lyric challenge for you today.
Ooh, fun.
We're going to put you through the ringer. Yeah, so we feel lucky to be on your viewing apparatus or listening apparatus for today for a little bit of escapism, because that's what we're all about. And sometimes it's just time for Wawa. I've got a
sometimes.
Is it time for work and a time for Wawa?
I love it. Hey, I just realized we're not on full screen, and that's not right. Let's fix that, kiddo.
Enough looking at that.
I was clearly obsessed with the chest hair. Something about that is very attractive to me, and I need to look into that.
We like chest hair here at EZLA. Pro chest hair. But we digress.
That's really good. All right, we're going to go into one of my favorite segments, because I love our peeps. Let's go into the phone calls.
Not the Easter food, though.
If you dial on the phone, I won't pick it up. If you dial on the phone, I won't pick it up. We had so many calls, and I feel bad because I can't play them all. However, I've picked some of them to feature this week. And just know, if we didn't cover you, it doesn't mean we don't love you. It just means we ran out of time.
Love you very, very much.
We love you so much. So very much. Yes. Okay. So we got, te amo mucho. We got a call from Dan. Oh, Dan could not love you more. Listen to this. This is about you. Tell about you. I feel like this whole episode is going to be very Lindsay-centric.
Stop it.
Here we go.
Hey, Jen. Hey, Lindsay. It is Dan Bauman in Atlanta. Lindsay, I am so glad you enjoy your Lindsay is Incorrect song, but I was thinking about it, and, I kind of beat that song, that joke death to death in on the Ralph Report, and I thought, you know what, you deserve your own song for your own show. So I sent Jen a little MP3. I hope you enjoy it.
And here's his song, From Him to You.
Oh my God.
Enjoy your tune.
Oh, Lindsay, you're so wrong, so
Where's the applause, Jen?
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Yes, I was so excited that the tree came late.
Oh my gosh. The talent in the Garmy and in the ranks is truly, truly stunning. Like,
I was dying that he did that. Oh my
wow.
gosh. It's so amazing. And he said he blew out his vocal cords doing it too. And he said,
"Oh, drink some tea,
but
Dan."
he said worth it. He said it was worth it. He did that for you.
Lindsay's
and I
prescribing bourbon and tea with lemon.
So yeah, Dan, if you're listening, thank you so much for sending that in.
Wow.
It made both of us teary, and so that was amazing. And he
teary like a ceramic cow almost.
Right? It's another ceramic cow moment. So thank you for brightening our days for us. My God, that's not whatever. Like, we don't deserve it. We're not worthy, but
I'm blown away.
And thank you. So now I don't know if you know this, but during the virtual cocktail parties, we have different friends. This is through Crowdcast, the Ralph Report crew. Yeah, I can finally say it right. I have a side note. Can I say this really quick? That I actually said Comcast a couple different times, and somehow the robots picked it up, and now my phone is constantly giving me advertisements for Comcast. I'm like, look, I said it wrong one time.
Gotcha.
And now, anyway, so back to Crowdcast. And there is a lovely woman named Kristen Farley, one of our favorites. Yeah, and she listens to the show, and she is super cool. And I kept asking her, when are you going to send in a drunk call, Kristen?
Oh, yeah.
And so she left one, and I got to say, it's the cutest thing ever. Here we go.
Hi, Jen and Lindsay. This is Kristen Farley giving you gals a call after the Ralph Report cocktail party. I just wanted to call two of my favorite gals and let you know how much I absolutely love your show. Keep up the great work and looking forward to it. Love ya. Bye.
How cute is she?
And I was expecting like drunken debauchery. So I'm going to give you a note here, Kristen. Next time I want you to be really drunk.
Tequila, Kristen.
Tequila.
I recommend tequila for you.
I recommend
just prescribing liquors to people now.
And yes, let's go for some of that. Maybe just 2 or 3 shots, 5, 6, whatever, and then give us a call and
let us hear about it.
Let me hear. I want to hear about it. Tell us a story. In fact, or sing us
we
a
love
song.
A good drunken ramble story.
Yes, I get those every now and then from someone.
Sometimes from me.
That's exactly.
Sorry, Lindsay.
It's who I get them from. So yes, we also got another call from a frequent flyer, someone we know. Ooh, and actually this flyer? Kind of it's a high flyer. We know Easy Baby, but he called with something to do with the segment.
Can I pause for a moment?
Sure.
Easy Baby's birthday is this Friday, so I just want to shout out that.
Happy
we have
birthday.
A Bridget from Long Island birthday on Thursday, followed by an Eric from Clearwater birthday on Friday, and a Phil blanking Feddo birthday.
Effing.
On
you can say
Saturday.
Effing.
Yeah. Effing.
So happy birthday to all of you. Everyone's having their birthdays, and we hope you get to enjoy yourself, but safely. Of course, safely. Mask on. Just saying. Like with a hole for the alcohol. Just like maybe like a straw through the mask. I don't know.
You figure it out.
Okay. To each his own. But Easy Baby was interesting because he harkened back to one of our earlier segments that we have not visited until now, which is What's on Your Nightstand /
Deal breakers.
Yeah, shag or red flag. So let's take a listen to his call.
Hey, EZLA. What's up, ladies? It's your boy, Easy Baby.
Yeah.
I just wanted to call and say thank you so much for having me on. Anyways, love you, ladies. Oh, I remember. So I didn't have really like a night
now to the point.
Turn off failure situation, but I had something that was I thought close enough I wanted to share. So I was on this date, and things are going pretty well, and moving towards the bedroom, and I went to use the bathroom, and there was the biggest gosh darn cockroach crawling up the side of the wall.
Is that where it ends?
In this girl's bathroom. I don't even think I used the bathroom. I just got the heck out of there. I was like, you have a situation you got to deal with in there. I'm going to let you handle that, and I'm going to go.
Eric,
And,
good self-care,
I went
buddy.
down to the gas station.
That's smart.
I was out. So
Go.
that was like my closest thing to a night table failure. Anyway,
that's
love you,
good.
ladies. Love the show. Have a great one. Peace.
That's good.
So I don't know if you caught it, but he ran off to the gas station. I don't know why the gas station is his safe place.
Yeah,
but
probably get snackies.
Get
some snackies
and try to forget it.
4-ounce Sonic drink or something, you know.
Get a 40.
Take care of yourself after encountering a giant water bug, as sometimes we call them here.
I do not like the cockroach.
I
don't know many people do, but
they hiss and fly, some of them. Like, it's a whole thing.
Oh, I've got bad stories about that.
Sometimes you can't escape them in old buildings. Luckily, I haven't encountered any in this old building.
Yeah, they come out during the summer, and so you can't avoid it too much.
I'm impressed that Eric was like, you know what, not worth it. I'm not smashing this thing. I'm not saving the day here. Like, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go do me.
To be honest, it's not her fault that there's a creature in there.
No, but Eric wasn't about to deal with it today. No. Not today, Satan.
Not on my watch.
Not today.
Okay, Eric.
Ooh, that was good. Do you have any more calls?
So
I feel
cute.
like
I just have one final call, and it's actually gold. I know. I just love our people.
Good
so
batch this week.
Keep calling in. We love you.
Calling. What's the number?
Yeah, it's 7242 Queen J.
Woo.
Yeah, 7 days a week. If you got a call, you got a music related question, you got a question to ask me anything. Don't look it up on Google.
You have
Everyone
a
can
drunken
do that.
Story to regale us with.
Yeah.
Call it up.
Sing us a limerick. Do something.
Sing a song.
Sing us a song. You're a listener.
Sing a song.
And we have one final call from Mr. John Fink, the man with the golden voice.
DJ Vegan Giant.
That's right, DJ Vegan. All right, here we go.
Hey, Queen J and Lindsay. It's Big John Fink.
Feeling loose.
Hello. I wanted to share, per Ralph's recommendation, I watched Xanadu for the first time last night. That was super special, very groovy. I highly recommend shutting off your critical thinking brain if you're going to watch it for the first time. There's some real jams in there. I was actually really surprised. I'm actually very surprised that a lot of those little hooks and stuff haven't been sampled for some stuff already. Anyway, I just wanted to share the one thing I was cracking up the most about it. There's a section in the movie where they're like naming off all of these like fancy cities. A lot of songs do that. They're like London, Paris, Milan, Tokyo.
Never seen it.
You gotta
go
see
through this list.
I watched it again this
and
week.
one of the lists
yes.
are like London, Paris, Tokyo, Tampa, and then they go on like
strip club capital of the world, right?
And so
Shout
I
out
really
Tampa.
doubted myself. I had to go back and look. I was like, gosh, in 1980, was Tampa some kind of fashion center? No, I don't know why they said that. Do you know? That's a good question.
So it's possible because sometimes if you're doing kind of a lighthearted thing, you throw in a third thing that makes no sense. That's kind of how it works. You put in two serious things and you throw in a weird thing. However, I did my research. I watched the whole thing and I had seen it before, but this was a repeat viewing and I enjoyed it on many levels. Roller skating. I love roller skating.
Ooh, yeah.
So yeah, and I have new roller skates that are coming, gold with lights.
I have the
So I
pink
can't wait.
and black rollerblades with light up wheels.
Ooh, we both have lights. We're going to have to show these in action to the peeps at home.
I got to get better first.
Maybe, yeah, because someone had some spills last week. You have a little cheese grater action going on your elbows and things.
It's getting better.
Oh, God, don't. No one needs to see it. But so John Fink gave us this whole, like, where did it come from? Where did it go about Xanadu and Tampa? And I listened to the whole thing. And I'm a fan of ELO, who did the music. And the music is insane. And
which stands for?
Electric Light Orchestra. Yeah.
For those who didn't grow up with a classical rock
true.
education.
Well, and they're a little bit before my time, but I have brothers up into 14 years older than me. So my music taste is very, very wide and broad.
Same.
But I went to see ELO live 2 years ago, last time before COVID all started, and it was amazing. They are incredible. And you listen to their music and you're like, oh my God, it's just nonstop, like hit. So
it slaps, huh?
Oh, amazing. So Xanadu, though, is like a pop culture gem. It is a lollipop in film form, and I was all sorts of excited for it. John's like, oh, you gotta like put on, like low expectations stuff. I'm like, I just love this movie for so many reasons. Yes, it's super corny, but you got to go into it knowing, it's gonna be super campy, and then just super.
Well, I like camp, obviously.
Yeah, but it has more story than you think. Okay, maybe not, but it's really enjoyable.
I'll keep an open mind. How about that?
So the point is, I went through it, and no, Tampa was not mentioned. And so I wrote him back and I said, look, I did my research. I looked through the lyric sheets. I didn't see Tampa anywhere. And he said, well, I'm pretty sure I saw or heard it. And so I'm going to go back and do my research. So while he's researching that back again, I thought, well, this is kind of a funny thing, because how many times have you heard a lyric and said, I thought it was this, and then you find it like 10 years later, like, oh crap, that's not.
Well, as Dan has, graced us with this song, I'm incorrect a lot, and I just keep going, like I don't let that stop me.
Roll with it. Well, sing it with passion, and who cares, right? Because there was this one song that was by, well, actually originally Bruce Springsteen, believe it or not, 1973, but a UK band called the Manfred Mann's Earth Band, which sounds very strange. It sounds more like a brand of granola bar. They did their own version of Blinded by the Light. And I always thought it was
ask
Blinded
you a question, put you on the spot. Who
light.
did this song? Hang on. I have a song coming to my pro call. Harem did this song Whiter Shade of Pale. I thought that was like Manfred Mann, but it's not, right? Who did Whiter Shade of Pale? I forget. God, I'm gonna have to look it up. Pro call harem. I was right. Yay.
Oh, you're right. See?
Getting ready for trivia night.
Because my hand was like hovered over the board so that I could just be like,
oh, Lindsay.
I was right this time, guys.
But you're right. So you're
got one right.
You're good. So my thought on this was, the classic one, which I named this. Remember, this whole episode is like Little Douche Coop.
Revved up like a douche.
Yeah, because revved up like a douche.
I totally thought that's
in the
douche.
night.
Like, can we say douche on the show?
We can say douche.
That's a product that they
of
sell
course.
At stores.
Yeah, we can say it
and have for a long time. In fact, I think Betty Draper might have used them back in the day. I think they go back that far.
She's just perfect. She doesn't need a thing.
Nah, you're right.
I don't know.
She doesn't need a Yanni egg or a Jade egg or any of that stuff Gwyneth's hawking. Do you remember that?
I do, and I just ick. I'm icking out on that right now.
All right, moving on.
But so my mistake is a lot of people's mistake. A lot of people thought that was revved up like a douche, and it's another runner in the night, not another roller in the night. Maybe my obsession with.
I said in my mind it was like into the rumor of the night.
Into the rumor of the night. Wrong. That makes sense too. Like all of it works in my mind. Okay, so here's what you do. We have a game for you. This is where we're going to test you, and you're going to come up with the lyrics based off what you hear. And then we had listeners who answered this question of famous songs that they had wrong for years and years, and then realized, oh crap, I've been saying it wrong. So are you ready for these? I'm going to cue them up.
Why not?
And then I'm going to play a section for it. Hopefully we won't get like, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh yeah, sued. Hopefully we'll get sued.
Oh yeah.
All right, so this first one,
for forgiveness than permission, right? Sometimes
I think so. The first one that we're gonna do is by a famous. Whoops, I don't know why it's not pulling itself up here. Give me a second. Oh, might know this song. Okay,
yeah, I know this song.
Yeah, I'm going to bring you just to the lyrics so that you can try and figure this out. You might know this song a little too well.
I can sing this song karaoke. So.
Okay, well, this may be a good practice run then. Okay, here we go. So this line, what does it say? Right here.
Carve my name into his leather seats.
All right.
Louisville Slugger to both headlights.
You got it right. So, Lindsay, congratulations.
Thanks.
You got the first one
now
right.
I'm all riled up. Shit.
You're all ready. So you correctly guessed carved his name into
break some headlights, y'all.
leather seats.
Oh,
please don't, Lindsay. Don't.
Why not?
Destructing the world around
I don't have
you.
any bats here. No Louisville sluggers within reach.
Let's not give you a bat.
I got a tiny sword though. What can I do with that?
You could mess up some leather seats with that.
Ooh,
I
could do
right?
some name carving.
However, Kristen Farley, our caller, our cute little drunk caller, she said she thought this was carved his name into his legacy.
Oh, well, that's one way to.
Yeah, I can see
one way to get back at him.
And I was like, ooh, and ouch. Ouch. But it makes sense,
more than
right?
The seats. I think you can get those seats reupholstered.
That's true. You can't.
Insurance might even pay for that.
God, have you heard those stories where women will do that when they get back at a guy and then they'll like throw it away or put it down the garbage disposal or like?
I've heard some people in my circle go, you know what? Just cut 3 of the tires. That way insurance won't cover it.
Jeez, calm down. Oh my God. Okay. So
you got me riled up with Carrie Underwood. You can't do that at 11
I feel very
on a
awake.
Sunday.
Well, they get these in the afternoon. We do it. It's easy like a Sunday morning for us, but it's easy
maybe
like
that'll
a Sunday
rile
evening.
them up.
Inciting a riot? I don't need that on my list of things I've done.
Not a riot, but maybe a frenzy, perhaps. We could have a frenzy, right?
Frenzy. All right. This next song you will not know.
Okay.
Because it's from ELO again, Electric Light Orchestra. And that's good. So I would rather you not know. And I've got to cue it up. So give me a sec here. That's the beginning of the song. I'm going to go into the exact lyric that I want you to figure out.
Trying to listen carefully.
This is one I got wrong too when I was younger. So I think this is a very common one. And here we go. Ready?
I want to say medieval woman.
That's exactly.
I know the song, but I think I've gotten it wrong always.
That was me. I had been singing Medieval Woman my whole life. It is not.
It is not.
Listener
Lindsay is wrong.
Lindsay, we are wrong. I don't have one for both of us being wrong, but let's see.
Lindsay, you forgot about it already.
All right, that's the last time I'll play that in this episode, so don't get all worried. You will be right for the rest of the time. Okay. Dang it.
Or not.
But that was from listener John Hill. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
You're right. I did not get that.
So you are 1 and 1. One right, one wrong. We've got a third one here. And this one, I don't know. This I had never gotten wrong. I'd never heard it wrong. But, you know, when people are from other countries, and this one is from Australia.
Okay.
Sometimes things sound a little bit different. So let's see. Do you know where this is going? Just with,
we
could have done the
one. I
might
know it, but I might get it wrong.
We could have done like the 1 second songs, and you would have been able to guess that.
I think I could do it.
You're really strong in this field. Oh yes, you know where we're going with this.
But I don't think I know the lyric.
Let's see if you can guess it based off this.
Okay. Done dirt cheap.
Yes, good job. And Lindsay is correct.
Thanks.
Very good. However, not everyone got that correct. Bob Bach, one of our listeners was, and thank you for sharing that, you know, because it takes a lot of courage to say it. I was wrong.
What did Bob think it was?
Dirty Deed and Thunder Chiefs.
Thunder Chiefs.
Dirty Deeds and the Thunder Chiefs.
That sounds like a cool band. Dirty Deeds and the Thunder Chiefs.
I would go see Dirty Deeds and the Thunder Chiefs, right? That would be
sounds
a
like
great
a rager
tribute band, though, for them. That is perfect.
Did I revealed another famous one that I messed up on the Twitter the other day? Remember, I used to think that Bush's glycerine was Listerine when I was in like 7th grade.
Listerine.
I didn't know. And somebody heard me sing it. They're like, what What are you singing over there? That's not the lyric at all. Like,
that's the embarrassing part, is when you're singing it like you know you're really going for it. People are like, that's not the lyric. How dare you harsh my vibe?
That's a good segment, Jen. Solid.
Yeah. Okay.
I've got crying now.
You got 2 right and 1 wrong, and I have 1 bonus round.
Oh, okay.
This one is incredibly difficult. This is like because you're so good at this, I don't think you're going to get this one.
Okay.
For sure. Now, this is by one of my favorite comedy troupes, Monty Python. Oh. And this is something that they perform live.
Okay.
Okay. It is actually based off of something called The Bruces. Have you ever heard about this? Okay. Let me give you a little background. So the song's written by Eric Idle. It was a song performed by Monty Python in their live performances. And the lyrics are a challenge because they're thick accents, and they're kind of poking fun at Australians in this. So in fact, the lyrics are so hard that in Hollywood, when they performed this, they tried to do a sing along, and everyone's like, can't do it. And then they did the lyrics up on the screen, and everyone sings along. It was this cool like campfire moment. It was really cool. But all the members are playing these very stereotypical Australians who all are professors at the Woolloomooloo University, which is like a fake thing, and they're all named Bruce. So everybody is Bruce, just like before. Everyone is Jen. Everyone is Bruce. So I think you're going to enjoy this piece.
I'm laughing already.
I know. I
love Python.
They're so good. So I'm going to play it from the top, and they're very quick, and see if you can get any of these lyrics. Are you ready? This is tough. This is like the 10 out of 10 challenge here.
Okay.
Camp was a real pissant who was very rarely stable. I digger was a boozy beggar who could think you under the table.
And that's all you have to do.
No, do it again.
All right, you get it one more time. Here we go.
Emmanuel Camp was a real pissant who was very rarely stable. I digger was a boozy beggar who could think you under the table.
Drink you under the table.
Okay. So
did I get
close.
some?
You were okay. No. Well, yes, you said pissant.
Yeah.
You got that word.
And something drink you under the table.
And who could think you under the table. So that's the accent right there. So how about just the first line? Can you get the first line? Here we go.
Emmanuel Camp was a real pissant.
Emmanuel Camp is a real something bank. I can't do it. I can't.
Brian McCutcheon had sent in this one, and this makes sense. Like, this is a hard one. Like, Thunder Chiefs is cute and funny. But this one, how does anyone figure it out without the lyric sheet? So he thought it was Emmanuel cats were real piss ants and very rarely stable.
Yeah.
High digger was a boozy beggar and was always slaps on the table. Which is cute. I mean, it's cute. That's the best you can do, right? But it's actually
talking do much better.
It's actually about philosophers. So there are 14.
Immanuel Kant is the philosopher being mentioned then, right?
Exactly. Yeah. There's 13 other philosophers mentioned in there. Anything
Shout
from
out
that?
Hendrix Philosophy 101.
Exactly. So yeah, and I mean, because they're all really smart dudes, they know all this stuff. Anyway, so the first one is Emmanuel, which this is where we come up to that word again, because when I was in school, I was told that
K-A-N-T, right?
Correct way to pronounce it is very close to the bad word that I can't say.
Immanuel Kant.
Immanuel Kant was a real pissant who was very rarely stable. High digger. Sorry, I'm having trouble saying.
Shout out Heidegger.
Philosophers' names, right? Was a boozy beggar who could think you under the table.
Fair.
So the whole thing is about philosophers and their drinking abilities.
You're gonna have to send that to me because I want to sing it now and practice it, and maybe I'll call in drunk and try it.
Thank you. That will be what we expect to hear next time on EZLA. We want to hear you singing it. Sing it. All right, so excellent job, Lindsay. You win. Yay. It's actually kind of a draw, 2-2.
A draw. Well, we'll get into draws later. I've got some draws to talk about in sports talk as well.
Oh, we are almost there too, believe it or not. And I want to just show you really quick before we move on to our last segment before yours. I wanted to show you some cool stuff that is coming into us. Is this not amazing?
Oh my God.
So we are getting an onslaught of amazing pictures sent in. So look at these. These are amazing. I can't believe we are getting people sending stuff in. This is from Kevin Conroy.
I'm truly like blown away by this. This is the coolest thing ever. Like I love what he's done.
I'm blown away that he spent his time making all this art
a thing for us.
And they're beautiful, and I totally needed it. And I was like,
Kevin.
I was a little overwhelmed last week, and he just started sending stuff. I'm like, my God, you guys are just amazing.
You guys are so bleeping good.
I know. Beeps. Beeps.
Beeps.
All right.
I love you so bleep much.
So bleeping much, man. Okay. So anyways, Kevin, we love you. And I want to do what's a new segment called Ralph Report Rewind. And another graphic again by Kevin up there, Ralph Report Rewind. How cool is that?
Is that hang on, I'm going to call it a Mandalorian, but it's called a DeLorean, right? On Back to the Future.
Oh, I love that.
Oh, Lindsay.
For those of you,
isn't that what it's called?
Wasn't
that a car designer back in the day, DeLorean?
Yes, you got DeLorean. It's not the Mandalorian.
It's not the Mandalorian, but that's where my mind went.
Maybe it's the Time DeLorean.
Sure.
You could call it that. Sure. But yeah. So anyways, we are going back in time because on the Ralph Report last week, he was talking about all the phases he's gone through in clothes and styles and
journeys,
music.
Truly.
Yeah. And a lot of them, I was in those too, because we were all kind of like growing up, trying on different things. And
I love your little Blockbuster moment shout out. Was that
that's Kevin? Yeah, that's Kevin.
Gosh,
I know.
So
he's so great. So yeah, I'm really enjoying all of these graphics.
Yes.
So what is in Ralph's closet? Well, let's take a look. I'm not sure, and I don't know if Ralph will listen to this episode, but I
probably won't.
Okay, so yeah, maybe we'll just have to send him this clip.
We'll send it to him.
What order are these in? I went by what he said chronologically on the show.
You're probably right.
However, these may be a little mixed up because as we remember things, they might
Brandon
be
Rohrabacher would know.
If Brandon could chime in, that would be
Brandon
helpful.
is watching.
If Brandon, he's watching everything all the time. I imagine Brandon is in a room.
The Ralph Report historian in chief. Like he is the record keeper. He will tell us timestamps when we ask him things. Like he knows all. He
sits in a room that has just monitors everywhere, and he's watching every
record
show.
Of the Ralph Report is in Brandon's mind.
And he's just like, he's hooked up into it. Like there's like electrodes and things going into his brain. And it's like
part of the Matrix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like
plugged
data.
in.
Yeah, he's plugged in. So anyways,
Data, that's a Star Trek reference, right?
Yeah, because my favorite.
You've heard you said that before and I remembered.
This is good. You're learning.
I'm learning stuff. Like the AI. I'm learning.
Exactly. All that due to coffee.
Ralph's closet of questionable choices coming right up.
Let's take a look. Phase 1. Okay, so apparently he went
to, what was it, LaSalle? Wasn't that where
he did? Very good memory.
College?
He did go to LaSalle, and he was interested in Jim Morrison.
Yeah, that was pre-college.
And he said he listened to, he looked at the lyrics and he read his poetry, and he was like all in.
I've been to where Jim Morrison is buried in Père Lachaise.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
And was it amazing?
It was. It's right next to Abelard and Eloise.
So I think Ralph looks great in this look. I think this works for him. I like it.
Love it.
He should go for it. All right, phase 2 is this country western phase.
Oh, yes, rhinestone cowboy kind of moment. I can't even get my mind around this phase.
I am curious because I didn't know if he likes country music or
I like a swaggy cowboy boot, not gonna lie. Like,
I think he works this look. But I'm just thinking, is it like the Garth Brooks phase? I'm thinking kind of.
I mean,
Brooks and Dunn maybe, or like Alabama. Which was it?
I think there's a way, like, because he's talked about rockabilly too.
Oh, so we're gonna get there.
Yeah,
but I feel like, and you're kind of like pointing to it.
I think rockabilly came before rhinestone cowboy. Honestly,
damn it.
If I'm remembering right, which I may not be.
Again, I just went with what he said. Then I had this phase. I took him too literally, but what I'm finding is that they all have to do with the music.
I think he said rockabilly was in college.
Really? Okay.
And like he had like a greaser moment too.
Okay. Well, how about you not spoil everything?
Okay.
She's there already.
I'm excited. I got to
hate that when girls do that. They're there already, and you're not quite there. Anyways, let's move on.
I'm there in my mind. See? Because he's a drummer.
Rockabilly. Yes, he's a drummer, so he's over there drumming. I went through this phase. I had little saddle shoes and things, and I thought I was cute.
I was dressed in saddle shoes as a child, and I resented them. So I'd love to reclaim them and like make them a moment.
We should get them again. Let's do it with like little pegged pants. Let's do it.
Oh my God, we're getting saddle shoes.
Here, I don't know where you are. There we go. Boom. Okay, me and you.
That's happening.
So yeah, and there was a time. So Stray Cats, Brian Setzer, Reverend Horton Heat, all that was going on. That kind of.
That was more of like a zoot suit,
like ska kind of a thing. Yeah, it was fun, very fun.
Who else other than Brian Setzer was like the big like moment when that was like Cherry Poppin' Daddies? Yes. Remember Zoot Suit Riot?
Oh my God! And Squirrel Nut Zippers. I'm thinking. Yeah, it's all coming back to me. Okay. New playlist to make. All right. And then we go from the rockabilly, which you and I are now going to revisit together.
Yes, I'm going to do that as soon as we finish. I'm going to jam out.
Yes, let's do it. And then the next
I want to stay in rockabilly. I want to go back. Oh, no, I love a first wave moment. You know, I'm an emo kid like in high school. So first wave was sort of the like early versions of emo, right?
Well, yes, kind of. I remember in my parts of the woods of the U.S., we called it New Rose. Like, oh, you're a Neuro, like short for New Romantic, the UK invasion kind of a thing. I don't know if they called it that where Ralph came from.
No, I'm calling that now because I listen to Sirius XM and all those songs that I love are on the channel First Wave, like The Cure.
First Wave.
Like Proclaimers and The Cure play there. So.
Yes, so all of that, kind of precursors, like you said, to emo. But there was a lot, really big bands, Psychedelic Furs, Depeche Mode, Duran Duran, all that stuff.
Where would you put Dire Straits? Did you put that in there?
I didn't.
I love them.
You would consider them Neuro?
I don't know. I'm trying to orient myself in time.
If we're talking like Ralph. Oh, not aesthetic. Okay, I was going to say, because there's a whole, I think he likes Eddie Money, and there's a whole other thing, but I don't think he dressed like the part of those. These are ones where he dug in with his whole persona.
With his fashion choice.
He cosplayed the music, basically. So yeah, I like that one.
Fashion, kids, it's important. Your clothes tell a story, whether you want them to or not, or whether you think they're telling a story or not.
The lack of a story. Okay, so our next phase is nice. This is our visit to 60s beach music. So we've got Ralph surfing.
Stop it! After Ralph's skiing mishaps, I don't think he's surfing.
I could see him on a longboard.
He's sitting on the beach.
He could do it.
Cocktail.
He would sit. Yes.
I don't think he's surfing.
You know what? We'll surf, and he can sit on the beach under an umbrella with a drink.
Yes, and he can laugh at us when we fall off our surfboards.
You know what? We should tandem surf on a longboard. Let's do it.
I don't think you want me to take you down. I'm gonna fall.
I think we have to see that now. So yeah, I think we're doing it.
Hang on, I'm the tall one, right? And you're the short one. So where's the tall person go on the tandem surfboard?
You're going to go behind me, and you're probably going to take me down with you when you fall off.
It's not going to end well, kids.
Like, you're not just going to fall off the board. You're just like literally going to grab me.
Yeah, I'm going to wreck it good. Yeah. Right. Wreck it, Linz.
So this is a good enough time as any to announce that Lindsay is going to be coming out to California this summer, and we are going to have all sorts of shenanigans out here for the solstice, right?
That's right. Midsummer,
an important time. And we will end up doing a broadcast where we actually are in one room together.
And we may even try to make it. No, we can't make it live because we got to.
I want to make it live, we'll see. So we're wrapping our head around the details, but it'll be a lot of fun, and see if we can get any other people along with the ride.
Any local Orange County Garmy
or fly out
region for the weekend of June 19th.
It's gonna be fun.
I'll be there with Queen J and Jody from
and your people
and Phil FF.
You got a big crew, and they will all be that's gonna happen.
Indeed,
in a big way. It's gonna be a boozy weekend.
It's gonna take some hydration and some prep.
Yes,
and then it's gonna take some recovery. I'm gonna have to book like a massage when I get back.
The recovery is gonna be bad. Like, we'll be off the air for a couple weeks after that.
I have to warn my clients, like, Lindsay's probably not gonna be well.
That's okay. They love you anyway. So we've got 2 more phases that Ralph went through. One was the jazz phase, and he said black suit, black tie, just looking dapper.
I'm here for this phase.
Here for this phase too. Yeah.
All the memes about jazz.
And he's a big fan of Frank Sinatra and whatnot. When he sings too. Frank, it melts me. But I feel like he needs to do a new photo shoot a la the Rat Pack.
This feels very Casablanca too, which I know he loves. He loves some Rick's Cafe.
Yeah.
Love this phase. Here for this phase, Ralph.
Here for this phase. I would say this and Rockabilly. It sounds like me and you are ready to go back in time and just stay
We're
there.
ready to time travel to Rockabilly, like sawdust floors and boot stomping fun, and then smoky jazz clubs.
Yes. I want one of those long like cigarette holders with a cigarette can.
Obviously.
That would be right. That's
obviously, but
that's
smoking is bad, kids. Okay,
so I won't smoke it, but I'll have it. It'll
be cosplay smoking.
Yes. I'll put one of remember the bubblegum ones where it was like bubblegum inside there?
Back when they were smoking wide, unfiltered cigarettes and made it look so glamorous.
And they all died by 40, yeah.
Oh, they all got cancer and died, kids.
Not so glamorous. All right, final phase for Ralphie is the Parrot Head.
Oh, yes.
Going to visit Margaritaville.
Now, I have been around these parties. Like, I've been on vacations when Parrot Head events were happening.
Okay.
On resort properties where, like...
What's going on? Is there some like seedy kind of?
I think that's a bit of a. I think there's in the Venn diagram crossover. Swingers and Parrot Heads are in the same little like
saucy
subcategory subreddit, if you will. I'm just gonna throw that out there. They got pineapples in their shopping carts at the grocery store.
Are they wearing white pants?
They're probably wearing white pants and maybe a Hawaiian shirt, and they're ready to party.
Oh, looking for their last shaker assault.
Tequila, and they're ready to grill up some food, and they're ready to get down.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
All right. Well, it's good to know in case I ever go to a Jimmy Buffett concert, what to expect and what not to wear.
There's been a Jimmy Buffett concert just a few blocks from here that I remember famously got out of control in the parking lot party.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Anything you want to share? Were you part of this melee?
I was not.
Okay.
I heard about this after the fact. A good friend of mine almost fell over the rails
really?
From a high height at that concert.
That sounds like a party I'd want to be at. All right.
Good party crew.
Yeah. So I'm happy to say that I am interested in hearing your sports report and what has happened for the last 2 weeks.
Oh,
especially what's happened over the weekend. So wait, because here we go.
It's time for Sports Talk. It's Lindsay Sports Talk. It's so fun because we waited a whole week. It's time for Sports Talk. It's Lindsay Sports Talk. What kind of sports crap will Lindsay speak? It's time for Sports Talk. It's Lindsay Sports Talk. Reporting the latest agony of defeat. So grab your curling broom, head for the locker room. It's time for EZLA Sports.
God, I love that theme song, Jen. You are the theme queen. I'm just gonna say that.
Whoa, thank you.
Oh,
I had
so
fun.
Good.
I had fun with that.
You know, as much as it pains me to start off Lindsay Sports Talk this week, the kind of big U.S. sports events happening right now are really around Major League Baseball being here and back in swing and kind of thawing out from the COVID front. And honestly, the biggest sports story right now on the agony front, Lindsay's kind of baseball team she supports, the New York Yankees, are in sole position of the worst record in the American League since like 98. And if you don't follow sports, Jen, and I know you don't, you got to put the Yankees up there with the Patriots and some of those winningest like New England teams.
Yeah,
like everybody loves to hate the Yankees. So everybody really loves to like dig in and see them struggle.
Right. To knock the top guy down. Sure.
Yeah.
I see it.
Come at the king, you best not miss.
Ooh.
But anyway, I digress. Let's see who's in the lead right now and see if I can offend some new states and provinces by talking about a new league, you know, like let's see who else we can make angry. So the American League standings.
So sorry.
In baseball, we've got National and American League here. And again, national means nothing. The leagues make me giggle, but we've got the Red Sox in the lead of the AL East. So again, the dreaded New England teams, shout out massholes, are pleased at the moment. We've got the Kansas City Royals leading the AL Central. Shout out our friend Easy Baby Eric and Steve Stein, who are Kansas City kids. And we've got West Division led by, is it LA Angels now? Because when I was at that game, it was Anaheim Angels.
The Los Angeles Angels of Los Angeles or of Anaheim, or I forget what they went to.
Them.
I grew up in Southern California, and a lot of my family members love the Angels.
I've been to that ballpark.
And I've been to that ballpark for many games, different reasons.
Anaheim Angels. I miss it.
And even graduations. Went there for a graduation. Yeah. So it's our local stadium, and I've always liked the Angels. So I can't say I'm a huge fan, because that would imply I actually watched
the games. If we had to lend our support, we could say shout out Los Angeles Angels.
Yes.
Okay. Well, we've got National League as well, and I am nothing pains me more than to have to report that John Cooperman's New York Mets are leading the NL East. And we've got Cleveland Reds and another Los Angeles team. Again, they used to be Brooklyn, and now it's something generically Los Angeles. The Dodgers are leading the NL Central and West divisions, respectively. So LA's good at baseball. Cooperman's team is winning.
Doing well, and I'm thinking he does better when things are against him. I like to see him up against a wall, because then he strikes back.
Then maybe this is the curse that we are spelling into existence for his Mets as we speak.
Okay, maybe just
I bet the agony report will show Mets losses. Something tells me next week. So
so we'll check back with you next week for that.
Come back next week to see if messing with Coop ends up back in Lindsay Sports Talk.
Yeah.
We've got to switch over gears now, though, to hockey.
NHL.
We still got hockey going on.
Something tells me there's some visuals involved with this.
And I'm going to need you to bring up a cue, because we have a very special freelance sports correspondent for EZLA Sports, Brittman.
Whoa, we have a whole correspondent now?
Yeah.
What?
We have a sports correspondent, Brittman, and he keeps me informed on Gritty Watch.
Okay.
Now, for those of you who don't know, again, previously on, Gritty is the orange demonic Muppet that is, of course, the disturbing mascot of Ralph Garman's beloved Philadelphia Flyers. And that's an NHL hockey team here in the States, kids. So Gritty was last spotted posing as a French girl being painted by an artist on canvas. And now this week, he's leading what can only be interpreted as the piano recital gone horribly wrong.
Oh my God.
And shout out to my new source for Philly tea, Madeline, my new coworker who's back from grad school out there, and she's bringing boots on the ground Gritty commentary.
Ooh.
Apparently during the pandemic, Gritty's handlers have been furloughed, and that's why we've seen
his handlers,
off the rails Gritty, right, man? I bet that's going to inform his reporting for future stories. And although Queen J, it's going to be agony for Ralph. Let's check in on NHL scores, since Gritty has given us a segue here. Nice. We've got East, Central, and West divisions in NHL. So it looks like Colorado's Avalanche, I've said that horribly, oh God, the most annoying Midwesterner, Avalanche, are positioned here.
How did you say it? I didn't catch that. What was the Avalanche with your...
Well, I'm not going to repeat it in an annoying way.
All right.
But we've got Philly Flyers down at the bottom of the East Division, and Eddie's Capitals are sitting smugly atop the East Division at the moment.
Uh-oh.
And
is there going to be a little beefing
like that
in the studio, maybe?
Something tells me there'll be some Los Muchachos to fight about that. Speaking of, I'm going to pause. Los Muchachos got bumped this week. There were lots of fights, though. They've been fighting more. Ralph and Eddie.
They have been. We didn't have time to fit Los Muchachos in this week, but the Pasión is back next week.
And I'll butcher Spanish and offend more countries.
Well, and we had a really good note to add subtitles. And I'm like, you're right.
That's right.
I'm gonna add my subtitles. It's just gonna take me longer. So
sure. I mean, notes that add time are still good notes, you know?
It was I love the note and I want to do it, but we just couldn't pack it all into today.
No.
So it's going to have to get pushed to next week. And there's going to be a lot of fun with that. So I don't want to totally, move on because do we get through all of your sports?
Not yet. I've got one more. I mean, I can't, because it's my show, right?
Of course.
And I don't care who cares about it, but I care about English Premier League. That's Lindsay's sports.
Oh God, no.
So we have to touch in on English Premier League football.
Okay.
And I'm happy to report the most unsatisfyingly English of results for both my team, the Tottenham Hotspurs, and then our dreaded rival, their dreaded North London rival Arsenal, both drawing over the weekend. So drawing is a tie in soccer.
I appreciate
draws and ties are allowed in this game. And they end Tottenham and the Blue Shite Everton drew 2-2 yesterday, and Arsenal drew 1-1 with Fulham. Fulham, Owen, because I know you're watching. Let's all point and laugh. You drew with Fulham. Anyway, I think that's why Americans cannot abide football. The draw, the tie. Like, you get 1 point for failing to do anything. Like, why are we even here? I mean, to quote Ted Lasso,
I ask that question all the time.
If you tried to end a game in a tie in the States, well, that just might be in the Book of Revelations.
Okay.
How do you feel about ties, Jen?
Pretty much the same about Book of Revelations. I guess.
You're good.
I don't like ties. No, I don't like ties because there needs to be a victor.
Yeah, and yet the season is like the slog. Like, that's why ties are a thing, because it's all about numerical points, and whoever has the most points at the end of the season wins. So
okay.
Sometimes for ties, you get a point for showing up and playing and filling your name out on the test. So anyway.
Well, and just to piggyback on your EZLA sports, I have one of my fighters I follow, Rose Namajunas, or Thug, as they call her. I believe she is fighting next weekend, and I have to double check, but I will be watching that.
Send me the
and
notes.
I will be reporting to you to report to
Excellent.
me to report to them.
Well, there's also a quick check-in of the table. We've got Man City, Man U. That's Jody's Man U.
Okay.
We got Leicester in third, West Ham, Chelsea. Steve's Liverpool's taking over my Tottenham. Tottenham's in seventh, but Arsenal's still in ninth, and that's all we need to know about that.
All right,
so together. That's the takeaway. That's where we're going.
Please.
It's a call to action. Let's all come together, kids.
Oh my gosh. All right, one last thing before we get going, and that is that we reached out to Jenkintown, and we had mentioned Jenkintown a while ago. Remember, we were talking to Tim Markle. So flashback to episode 3. Hot Sauce Tim. And we were talking about how we hadn't watched the show yet, but that we were interested in it. And I know the Jenkintown crew, not personally, but I mean, I know of them from
I've
listening
listened to some
K-Rock.
of their shows, especially the Ralph-centric ones.
Right. And me as well. And so I thought, well, wow, we need to dominate them.
Why not?
And challenge them to a duel.
Chew them up and spin them out.
Let's see who's stronger, because they are a podcast that's doing very well.
They
and
are.
we are a wee podcast.
We're a baby.
And so I thought, that should be fun.
Little kittens got claws.
So anyways, we have challenged them to the gauntlet of podstruction.
This is news.
Okay, so I kind of drank a lot one night.
And you challenged the podcast to a duel. I'm fine.
That happened.
It's the 10 commandments.
Normally, and Lindsay knows this, I'm pretty introverted and scared to talk to people.
Yeah.
But when I drink, that changes. So I kind of was like, oh, it's on, baby. It's on.
Hashtag drunk thumbs.
Drunk thumbs. Yeah. So basically I challenged them, and I thought, wow, this could be fun, because maybe the winner could challenge the Ralph Report crew. And we'll see who reigns supreme.
Why not? Crossover. It's like when the Brady Bunch went to Hawaii, or old TV references, I don't know, when they crossed over.
Because you're so young and cute.
Is he like a crossover episode?
Yeah. So if you know Jenkintown people, let's get some beef,
some kayfabe going.
Yeah, let's get that going.
Let's start some stateside beef. You know, I've been beefing with Canada, but I can beef with California.
We got a lot of beefs going on. We got the Timmy's Donut War, and we've now got Jenkintown. It's going down. It's going down.
But
all right.
Anybody who wants to support said beefs, just holla. You know, I'm over on the Insta at Lindsay from Arkansas.
Yeah. Send us your stuff and keep calling in.
Donut beef.
We are enjoying your calls. So
we love
please
your calls.
Keep in touch, which is KITLMB. Love you, mean it. And stay safe out there. We'll see you later.